Hey guys, hey, what's going on? Hey, this is Wesley, multi-millionaire virgin here, and I wanted to get on here real quickly here. I'm in Orange, Texas, hanging out with the kiddos here today, and I thought about something. I thought about the phrase, the law of reciprocity. Okay, hey guys, how are you doing? And I want to spend about 5 minutes with you, and I wanted to explain that. I posted a picture, and I do it all the time. You know, I show receipts, and you know, I show people how I tip, and not to brag, not to say, oh yes, you know, Wesley can tip 100%, 300%. No, I really do it because I want to show you how I'm winning in life, and it's very important to show you each step of the process. Does that make sense? You know, some people, they'll show you, say, well, you need to invest in the right stocks, or you need to invest in the right business. But if you don't see a person that's a millionaire, you don't see their daily habits, it's very hard to grasp, or it's very hard to actually become successful, because you're not seeing what this person is doing on a daily basis, right? But I want to talk about the law of reciprocity and how it can affect your life in a powerful way. Years ago, and this was a while back, I remember when I didn't have much money, okay? And I remember going out to dinner, and I remember tipping 10%, okay? And I remember saying, well, you know, I'm just going to tip 10% because that's the minimum, and, you know, and I really, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to be very honest right now. You know, I was like, you know, why do I need to tip so much? Or, you know, is it really important to tip a lot of money? And, you know, what's the big deal with this, right? So I had a very non-careless attitude towards tipping waiters and waitresses, okay? And the thing is, I've never been in the service industry, but I have a high respect for them now. Because one day, I went out to eat. This was maybe 7, 8 years ago. And I went to a restaurant. And this person was waiting on me and, you know, giving me my food, taking my order. Nice person. And I asked this person one question. I said, hey, is this what you really want to do? You know, what's your dream? I asked them. And they said, well, I mean, it was a young lady. She said, well, I'm just doing this because I have to right now, but I'm a nursing student. You know, I have 2 children, and and it was night. She was working the night shift. And she said, I have to work the night shift, and I have to work at this time to make some extra cash to ensure that I can pay for school. But yeah, that's my dream. If I didn't have to be here, I wouldn't be waiting tables. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not what I want to do. But I'm going to do what I have to do until I can get what I want. And I remember hearing that story, and it changed how I felt about people in the service industry. Because sometimes we look at waiters, waitresses, you know, just people that wash our cars, doormen, valet people. We look at them and we think that that's their dream, right? That's all they're going to do in life, right? And sometimes, if we're not careful, we'll start to see ourselves as higher than them. But that's incorrect. And from that day on, I mean, I tipped her about $200, you know, and, you know, I didn't need to see her expression. I just left. And from that day on, I started to do that. Now, I didn't know at the time, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know how this would affect my life in an amazing way today, okay? Because I didn't understand the law of reciprocity. I didn't understand how to give, and you should give more than what's expected. I didn't understand that. But that story that that young lady told me and said, you know what, Wesley, I'm doing this, but I have a dream. And that hit me. It really did. It hit me to my heart. And I said, from that day going forward, whether I had money or not, I would sow a seed, or I will give more than was ever expected to anybody that would give me service, okay? And let's talk about you real quickly. Because, see, I think some of you are in that boat when the most that you give out into the universe is just the bare minimum. But see, the thing is, that's why you're getting bare minimum results. See, guys, success is it's easy, but it's complex. Right? Not only do you have to do the right thing at the right time, you have to make sure that you're putting more value out into the universe so you can receive that value 10 times over. Write this down, please. If you would like to receive an abundance in your life, make sure that you're giving abundantly in every aspect of life. Because let me share what it does. Not just to the universe, but see, when you give more to a person, say if you tip them 50%, say if you get your car valeted, instead of giving them $10, you give them $20. You're not only telling the universe that you're prepared to give a pouring more value, you're telling your subconscious mind that you have more than enough. Guys, I used to do this on credit cards. I didn't have any money at that time. I remember going to get a massage. I used to get massages maybe twice a month. And what I would do, I would take my credit card and I would swipe it. And I would tip that person 100%. Even though I was in debt, I had bills. But I think the hardest thing for you, a lot of us, it was hard for me, is even though I'm in debt, even though I didn't make enough money, even though the money wasn't coming in like it is now, I would still give more value to people more than what was ever expected. Some people say, well, Wesley, you put yourself more in debt. Yeah, I was. But the feeling, key word, write that down. The feeling that I was giving other people, that feeling regurgitated back to me. Does it make sense? Let me say it again. The feeling I was getting, see, the thing is, if you go get a massage and the massage costs $60, and you give this person $60 on a $60 service charge, how do you think they're gonna feel? They're gonna be like, wow, you did that for me? This happens to me all the time. Man, are you sure? Oh man, you made my day. I hear this several times a week because this is what I do. But the key word is the feeling. See, sometimes people, we're so concerned with our current reality, which is only perceptual anyway. You're thinking about the bills. Well, I can't tip a lot. I don't got a lot of money, and I ain't got this, I ain't got that. I can't do it, Wesley. I can't do this. But what's important for you to attract abundance in your life is your feeling have to always be in check. And for you to have a positive reality, you got to feel good. So the thing is, when I tip like this back in the day, I used to give people just more than what they can ever expect. It made me feel good because it made them feel good. And they would express how good it made them feel, which made me feel great. Right? Even though I had loans, even though I had a repo, even though I had so what? But at that moment, I felt amazing. And that assisted me, key word, it assisted me through my journey to make millions of dollars. See, some of you say, well, I need to wait until I make the money before I tip like that, or before I give people money, or before I donate my time, right? Some of you guys say, well, if I had $1 million, I'd give $100,000. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Start with $1. Start with $10. See, it's very easy to say, and a lot of you have it so backwards. You believe that you have to be a certain way first, right? The money needs to be there first before you do something. See, years ago, when I didn't have much money, I didn't wait to give someone something or to bless someone's life or to give someone from a monetary value to affect their lives. I didn't need to have the money now. What I was telling myself every day by doing that is, Wesley, you already have the money. You're already successful. You already have the abundance. You're already a millionaire. So give like one. But most of you, I'm talking to you, you think that you have to wait until you receive it. And let me share something with you. And this is from my heart. You'll never make it. You'll never get it, man. I promise you. You'll never make millions that way. And if you do, you'll lose it. I'm telling you, you'll never be able to really understand how it feels to have money flow effortlessly in your life. Yeah, you're going to bust your ass every single day. Yeah, you make some money. But you busting your ass every day, right? And you think that is what's attracting the money in your life. The law of reciprocity is powerful. All it says is the amount of value that you give the universe, that you give people, that you give the world is going to be reflected or going to be boomerang back to you in your life 10 times over. It says it in the Bible. It said, when you give, it shall be given unto you. Simple concept. But it's very hard for people like yourself to actually do it. And to do it genuinely. Me, I don't need to have, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't need to go to a restaurant and I don't need that waiter to give me the best service. Oh, I'm still here. All right, let's say it again. I don't need, okay? I don't need a waiter or a waitress to give me great service for me to tip them. Does that make sense? Now, until you get that in your brain, because you feel that someone has to do something very nice or give you the best service. You know, move real fast with your food. Oh, they took 5 minutes for my food, so I'm not going to tip them anything. Now, I want you to think about, how do you feel when you think like that? Do you feel good? Do you feel positive? No. That's bitter. Understand, people that's in the service industry can teach you a lot. They can teach you a lot. And they really can. They can teach you a lot about success as well. People in the service industry, people that have nothing, homeless people, people that you know that even though maybe they're not utilizing their ability to their fullest potential, but by you giving them something, which is called hope, may put them in a better situation. And what that does, it helps you feel better. And once you start to feel better, you're able to attract better. Write this down. I'm going to let you go. I know this video was kind of weird. The power's about to go out here, but I might do this video again tomorrow. But please get this message here. When you start to give abundantly, you'll start to attract abundantly. That brain of yours needs to be convinced and persuaded that you have more than enough now. Because that brain of yours doesn't know that you have $100 in your bank account. That brain doesn't really know that you're living paycheck to paycheck. You can tell your brain and your mind whatever you want. And your brain and your mind is forced to respond based off how you perceive your reality. Go out there and give. Tip. I'm always going to show you guys my receipt because I want to inspire other people to do it. Tip 100%. Don't be fucking average. 10%, 15%. Come on, everybody does that. Tip 100%. Turn 300%. But just do it. Why not? I had no idea by doing this 6-7 years ago. And now in my life today, I understand why the abundance of finances, love, happiness, joy keeps coming into my life. Because every day I go out, I don't try to be a blessing. I am in somebody else's life. Every day. I'm a blessing in somebody's life. I'm telling you, if you get a chance to meet me, I will be a blessing in your, I'm a blessing in everybody's life. I do this on purpose. Because I got so much love and so much joy inside of me, I want to share it with the world. I want you to do the same thing. I want you to understand the law of reciprocity is real. that whatever you give out, you will receive 10 times over. And whatever you don't give, key word, whatever you don't give, whenever you miss that opportunity to not sow something in somebody else's life, you're going to feel it. It's going to be frustrating. You're going to be bitter. It's going to hurt. I want everybody here just looking at this video, I want you to be rich. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to become a millionaire. I want this. But the process is complex, but it's simple. But the most important process of this whole thing, just making this money, is you got to work on you. And it's tough because you got some things in you that are damaging your finances. It's damaging it. I know sometimes you get up and say, oh man, why does it happen for me? See, if you say why it hasn't happened for me, that tells me that you're not ready for it. See, I didn't have that type of communication with myself. I didn't tell myself, well, why is it not happening? Before I did. But the last 2 years of my life, I didn't have that conversation anymore. I lived like a millionaire, even though I wasn't. Even though I didn't have the $1 million product, even though I had a $1 million idea, I was living like it in my mind, which means I never had disempowering language. I never said anything of lack. I never said, when is it going to happen for me? It's still not working. How long is it going to be? I never used those words. 2 years before I made my first million. But the question is, can you do that? Can you continue to pour into other people's lives and be happy about it? Can you continue to show people love and be enthusiastic about it? Can you take criticism and conflict and hurt and pain and still be grateful and still love the person? Can you do that? See, guys, everything I talk about is sustainable wealth. Getting wealth and making a lot of money is not hard. Keeping it and having it grow, that's a challenge. Because for that to happen, you have to change, my friend. Everything. Every day I'm still changing. I'm not perfect at all. Every day I'm refining myself. Every day I'm getting and learning new distinctions about me, my attitudes, my bitterness, how I feel about certain people, how I feel about certain moments, how I define things that happen in my life consistently. And I'm grateful for that because it's allowing me to grow as a man. I want you to grow. If you want your money to grow, you must grow. If you want your relationships to grow, to be fulfilled, to feel better, to make a total 360-degree shift, you got to be better. Work on you. Remember, you can always go to wesleyvirgin.com where all my videos are. And those videos are more self-development, self-empowerment type of videos than anything. Because once you work on you, you'll stop complaining. You'll stop feeling frustrated about meaningless things. You'll stop majoring on minor things. You look at the bigger picture. See, a person that already knows they're going to be a millionaire, and I knew this 5-6 years ago. I remember telling my parents every year, oh, this is my year. This is my year. This is my year, because I knew it. And since I knew it, I didn't complain about it. And since I knew it, I didn't get frustrated when it wasn't happening. Because I knew it. See, when you know something, you do something. When you know something, you don't consider something not happening or working. The law of reciprocity. I want everybody, if you're watching this video replay on YouTube or my website at wesleyvirgin.com, I want you to sow a seed into someone's life. It can be a tip at a valet station. It can be a tip at a restaurant. Anything. You can see someone that you know needs your help because you can feel it, because we're our energy, and you sow something into their lives. And I want you to sow 100% over. Don't do the minimum, because you're not a minimum individual. See, if you're consider yourself an extraordinary individual, you should tip extraordinary. You should deal with people in an extraordinary way. People should leave their conversation with you feeling empowered, feeling amazing. Because these are the people that make the money. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. These guys, they were inspirations. They were businessmen, but when you're around them, you feel a certain way. You feel the energy. You got to become that. You got to become a very highly effective, a very extraordinary person to attract millions of dollars. I want you to tattoo that in your brain. And what I've learned by giving abundantly to people and their lives, I mean, I love making more money, because when I make more money, I can give more money. I love it. I love it. I can get 5, 10,000 here, 20,000 here. It doesn't matter to me. If I feel it, I do it. Because I know it's coming back 10 times over, period. And when I'm telling you, even if you have 10, 100, 1,000, 200,000, $20,000 in your bank account, sow the seed. And sow it consistently. Then guess what? The universe will sow, and you will reap consistently the benefits and abundance that the universe and your God has for you. Hey, much love. I love you. Please share, like this video. Later.